evening, everyone. Welcome to Damage Dusty Indeed. We're back with the investigators on a Sunday. So, dear Martin, tell us all about it.
Well, actually, Artan, could you tell us all about it?
What a fight that was! Fire everywhere. It looked like we were on the winning side, although it took a while for us to get there. And then all of a sudden, one of the new chaps, Marius I think his name was, apparently turned into, or channeled the Everburn, or was the Everburn all along. I know. I'm confused too. He asked us to stop in doing so, like attacking him, and we would be spared, but the others didn't seem to want to. I held back, not knowing what was going on until, in the blink of an eye, this Everburn and the Efreet that were left vanished. After making sure everyone was okay and well enough to travel, I made a teleportation circle so we could get back to Kantichi as quickly as possible. This was even more confusing as we met with some of the Mage Council and a lot of desserts were mentioned. To then be turned into dangerous beasts again. Confusing. After dealing with the Mage Council, we went back to the investigator's home, to be filled in with some more information and stories on how the Everburn came to be and what else would have to do. With a night of rest, well deserved too, we were met by one of the Mage Council telling us that the Everburn had turned up in Anenia, which is Sasha's home country. After discussion, the decision was made. To Anenia, and with haste.
Very good.
Thank
you. Very good. Good recap there. So yes, you are currently at your home in Kantichi at -1 Imarius.
Right.
You know the plan? What's happening?
So, the plan, Oninia, let's go. I say we go straight away. I have everything I need, books, stuff.
Yes, I think we agreed that it would be quicker to go to Anenia and try and catch up.
Yes.
Yes. We have to see if we can secure some horses for you all.
I'm sure Sasha and will be able to use her contacts to get us some mounts of some kind.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah, we head off to the...
you leave the house. Yeah, and get to the portal room and zip off to Onan.
Indeed we do.
As soon as you arrive there, your teleport brings you there. There's that sort of distinct smell that you remember from the last time you were here, that swampiness that has taken over the city.
It's a bit smelly here, isn't it?
It wasn't always this way.
Smells like dog farts.
It was caused by a rift.
What, a rift farted?
In a
No.
manner of speaking.
Oh, right, okay.
It was what this place used to be like in the past.
I will see if I can find Azrael.
So, yeah, Sasha takes the lead and heads off towards the usual meeting spot, which is much less covert than it once was.
Yeah, we might have had something to do with that.
But you indeed head downstairs to the secret bar down there.
Through
And
the
as-
secret tunnel.
And Azrael spots you as soon as you walk in and comes over, gives you a big hug. Sasha, good to have you back as always.
I hoped it would be under better circumstances, but unfortunately we cannot linger. I was wondering if you knew of some horses we could borrow.
Yes. Maybe. Most of them have been taken already in that direction. I assume that's where you're going to.
We're trying to catch up. It would be easier on horseback.
Might be able to get enough. Bear with me.
Can I walk up to him and sniff him?
You may.
What does he smell like?
Dark shadows.
He's actually got a very nice aftershave on.
Okay. Is there any fire-related smell to him?
No.
I'll just go and walk away.
Interesting friends as ever, Sasha.
That's Bug. He's new.
Not to worry. Met many strange folk in my time. Let me go see about those horses, and he wondered.
Thank you, old friend.
Mazdak,
Yes.
I know you filled us in on most of your expeditions and adventures. Seti has kind of filled in a few blanks before we met as well. But this rift, assuming it's connected with all the other ones, what have been popping up and
Yes.
being created. Seti didn't go into too much detail, but obviously being of arcane use myself, is there anything that I should know of these? Anything dangerous about them, apart from obviously the timey-wimey jumps?
Yes. Teleportation magic after or whilst a rift is active is incredibly dangerous. People tend to vanish, disappear. Some of them come back in bits. Some of them don't come back at all.
Very handy to know then.
So yes, transportation magic is probably a bad idea when a rift is active. Indeed, the teleportation circles back to Kantichi are generally unused at that point.
Right, yes, makes sense. And it was, just so I get my facts straight, it was Several, was it, who created these rifts with his magic?
Well, sort of. Yes, the original explosion was of a giant magic. You know, magic pearls you can get.
Yes.
Storing magical spells. He built an enormous one, or more than one actually, which went horribly wrong, and released.
Code name for a sex toy.
Mazdak is ignoring Bug. So he would just continue. So yes, so the resulting magical explosion unleashed a rather dangerous creature into this world that shouldn't have been in this world, which was the one that Bernia advised you on when she was fighting that battle. So yes, that was we believe the origination of these rifts.
Marvelous. Have you been close enough to one whilst it's been active, or?
Yes.
Everyone.
Yes, we went through a rift, which was interesting. We stepped through into the past, which was very strange indeed.
Nothing we did affected the present.
Yes. It was very odd, which leads us to believe that going through a rift is pointless, as you are unable to affect anything. However,
Well, at least
you are unable to affect anything in the present time if you go backwards. This is the only one we've tested. Going forwards in time and trying to affect the past may be slightly different. Travelling back to the past to affect the past is entirely possible, as we've seen with various things that have happened.
As we all know.
Completely. You mentioned them, and I thought it was a good time just to ask questions, just
Oh,
see if I
absolutely.
could glean any insight with this arcane matter. I say hopefully not, but it would be good to see one up close myself, just to see if there's any more.
Yes, it would always good to have another opinion for research. I think we need to still need to try to resolve this, which I think we can do. As on our list of tasks, I think if we complete those tasks, then we should be able to resolve this rift issue. But
Excellent.
the task at hand
Indeed.
is the best way to start.
So, conveniently, just as that draws to a close,
How do we do it?
as Rio wanders back, I've got a few horses. Not enough for everyone. We're one short.
All right, I don't need one. I can run very fast.
Nor do I. So,
Okay, that's fine then.
Thank you, Ezra.
Yeah.
It is much appreciated.
Anything for you, Sasha, as always. You'll just pay me back when I'm sure.
Of course.
So he wanders back up the stairs and leads you outside, round the corner, where a stable boy comes wandering over with a handful of horses.
Are they tiny horses?
Yeah, just like hand.
a handful.
Yeah, they're like M&Ms, basically.
Yeah, nice.
Sorry.
I will cast enlarge reduce on everybody and make them very tiny.
As they're all getting saddled up, I'll spend the 10 minutes casting Find Steed.
All right, if you could use that, then I'll have one of these here horses. Just trying to be a
100,
team
mate.
player and all that.
All of you on horses, Bernie, are on her large elk.
Okay.
That's right.
So, what's your destination?
We're going to head towards the mountain pass up to where it leads into Dwarven territory.
Isn't it near
The most likely path that the troops
part
would
of
take.
Sheer. I'm going to
Heading
assume that there's
through.
going to be a big scorch line from where it's been travelling. So,
Quite possibly. There may be. Quickly writes notes. So, yeah, you head off towards Shlu. Just double check the map, because, yes, very straight road that heads from Onan down to Shlu. On horseback, going a fair clip is going to take you a few hours.
As we're still in Onin, I just want to ask this. As we're still in Onin and kind of like leaving, I just want to kind of take a look around, and I'm not casting a spell or anything because I don't have anything like that. But what does the... I don't want to... It's not an insight check I'm doing, by the way, as I'm now starting to say this. I'm just trying to word it properly. Knowing magics myself, what does the arcane flow or air feel like in this now, knowing that it's been tempered with by a rift in this place?
The weave. Make an Arcana check for me then.
I imagine there was not going to be a lot of magic there, but I forgot about rifts.
A non-natural 20.
Okay. So, this is not a very magical part of the world. The people here do not generally inherit magics. There's a little bit of background sort of divine energy going on there, but Asimar populate the area.
Yeah.
But when you then concentrate that more onto how the rifts might have affected things, there is tension in that weave. It is pulling in odd ways. It is having an effect.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I do a little bit of timey-wimey going backwards bit there? I don't want a horse. I forgot something. New character, who did?
Yep.
What Bug's going to do? He's going to take his walking stick and he's going to stand astride it. You know, like those kids' hobby horse things where you got a stick with a horse's head on the front of it and they hop around on it. He's just going to stand there with this walking stick between his leg, holding onto the top of it like this, waiting for people to start moving. When they do start moving, he's going to hop along on his horse and then go up in the air and start flying on his stick.
Have you got a flying
You've got
broom?
a flying broomstick.
I got a flying shillelagh.
That's even better.
I see.
You can fly on it and smack people up the head with it.
Yeah.
As that would just sort of watch.
Or can you do both at the same time?
Well,
There's
falls
only
out
one
of
way
the
to
sky,
find
yeah.
out.
Blows my teleporting elk out of the water.
But elks can't swim, so it's better that way.
Actually, no, they can. They're regular prey to killer whales. Well, no, it's
Probably
moose.
the same thing.
It's moose.
Close enough.
Same family.
Big horns, terrifying. Well, antlers, I suppose.
So you're not taking a horse then, you are on broomback.
I am on broomback, yes. I'm on stickback.
You're a stickleback.
Stickleback. Yeah.
Pickle pricks.
Okay, so it's a little difficult navigating through the city at first because of the swampy land, but little temporary bridges have been start to be constructed over the particularly bad marshiness of it. But once you get out, it's out of the city and then through the remainder of the swamp, because it does spill out of the city a bit. You get good speed going, and you can get to Shlu in about 3 or 4 hours on horseback.
You get to slew in a slip.
We schlep into Shnu.
So, Shlu.
Is
where
it on fire?
Shlu?
Where is Shlu? Do you want me to share the map?
That would be lovely.
Yes.
Please, yes.
So, yeah, you're going from capital Onan down to Shlu.
Right, yeah. And that's where the last sighting of.
Yeah,
We're gonna go shlu.
go through Shlu.
We're gonna sloop. We're gonna sloop through Slough.
We're going shlu.
I feel drunk. This is...
So,
You know,
as we get into Shlu, are there signs of the Everburns passing?
Yeah, absolutely. There is. You may have seen on the journey, but there are enormous footprints leaving scorched ground.
So not
As it
difficult to
goes.
follow. Right, good.
No.
Unsubtle. Gotcha. Well, then we will continue on, I think, pressing on to try and catch up to, first of all, the Onenian forces that have been sent after it.
We
Don't
can see
show us
that,
that.
Martin.
Don't show us that.
Whoops.
Stop streaming.
Yeah, it's fine. We're on a safe page.
That's what I wanted you to think.
So yeah,
Don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but something's happening in Anenia.
oh wow.
You
Don't tell me
weren't
that.
supposed to
Spoilers.
see that. Right, I'm moving that. That's in a different tab now, so a different window.
Good,
You
good.
can't see that.
Can't we?
That's not the first time I've done that.
Yeah, so we were trying first of all to catch up to the Onenian forces that are following the
Yeah.
Everburn.
So, as you get to the boundaries of Shlu, there is a blockade there. They are stopping pedestrians from going through. So you do have to sort of stop and talk.
I will let Sasha do the talking.
Sasha, is there anything native that you're doing while you're here?
I will look every part of my father's daughter, doing my, playing on being somewhat highborn, and just sort of, we need to get through. This is an emergency. We need to catch up to the troops and my brother-in-law. That kind of deal.
Yeah. Okay. You can pretty easily skip right through.
I'll shout down from above, saying, "Let me know if you want to clear the way," and I'll just hold a nice big ball of flame in my hand.
These civilians, bug. No.
Well, I'll get them out of the way.
They've already had to deal with enough fire.
I've got so many things going through my head at the minute. What are just rhyming with slew? Sorry.
Good stuff.
Yeah, Mazdak is absolutely, completely ignoring Bug. He's like, ever since the book burning threat.
Never been so offended in his life.
So are the guards letting us through?
Yeah, you've been with Sasha's nobleness. It's easy enough to skip through. Nobleness, yeah, very noble.
To nobly go.
Lovely.
I'm very knobbly.
As we are passing through and looking at the
Passing through, now it's pronounced Shlu.
looking at the devastation and the signs, obviously the Everburn's been here. Just having a look around, does it look like this Everburn is a lot bigger than I certainly have first met it, with it Amarius embodying it, or whatever it is? Does it look like there are big, giant, burny footprints? Or is it just like things have been set on fire?
So, James, what did you intercept with there?
Sorry, I was being facetious. I said, "Are you politely trying to say it's fat?"
The only sort or signs of fire you can see are the footprints. But they are considerably bigger than yours. They're probably verging on a giant.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. I'll just Atam will just point that out to the group, especially Mazdak.
Yeah.
Definitely seems a lot bigger than your friend appeared to be when I first met him.
Yes, I suspect that it was only inhabiting Imarius's form. I suspect it can change shape and or size, being a magical creature.
Yes. And just to remind me, you say that this Everburn is technically from the past, but also from the future, yes?
Yes.
Well, I think if we fight it this time, it could be roughly around about giant size then.
Well, giants can fall over just as much as the rest of us.
It just makes them easier to hit, doesn't it?
Well, quite.
Indeed.
Wait, no, I'm not talking to you.
How do we fall? Isn't that right, Mazdak?
So, I think we should crack on and catch up to these soldiers as soon as possible, so that we can determine exactly where the Everburn is heading. So yeah,
Okay.
we will push the horses on to see if we can catch up.
Seems terribly inefficient compared to riding me.
Especially
The silliness
uphill.
of catching.
Yeah, the horses have slowed in step a little bit. They've been pushed for a few hours consecutively now, and we're now hitting steeper slopes. So they're at more of a quick trot than a gallop at the moment.
Okay.
But yeah, you carry on, and other than the footprints, you're not seeing any signs of anything at the moment.
What's the time of day looking like now with the travel we've done?
Is sort of lunchtime-ish?
If I see any edible birds, I'll chase after them and burn them out of the sky for lunch.
There's certainly birds. If you
Pigeons and stuff like that. Something we can have for lunch.
yeah,
I'll fly around after them, chase them, and throw fire at them to burn them. And burn, so they'll be killed.
just roll a d6 for me.
Sure.
I'm just sort of lean over to Atta to go, are we entirely sure we want this person to be throwing fire around when we're chasing a being made of fire?
And
Are
as
we
you
going
say
to-
that, there's a large pigeon type creature that falls flaming out of the sky.
There you are. Cook lunch for you.
Right, I see.
And then flump, a second one.
You're,
And you think that'll probably do for now? So were you going to stop for lunch, or were you carrying on?
I think we should stop, rest the horses,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
for sure.
Press on.
Okay. You don't really need to make up much of a camp or anything. You can just pull off to the side of the trail, hitch the horses up.
cooked pigeon already.
You got some cooked pigeon. You can sit on the floor and eat some cooked pigeon.
If Bug obviously comes down as we're stopping, Atan's just gonna be like, Bug,
Yarp.
whilst you're up there, I don't suppose you can see in front of us the way we're heading, can you? Can you see any signs of a trail? Or
If I look in that direction, yes.
do you think you could do just whilst we're stopping, just so we can?
Well, I'm down here now. I'd have to go back up there to do that then, wouldn't I?
Indeed, can you do that?
Yes.
Would you mind doing that?
No, I don't mind.
Ah, marvelous. Thank you.
It's all right. And then he'll pick up a bit of pigeon and start eating it.
Knew you were gonna do that. Bug, can you go up there now and have a look? Is that okay?
Oh, you want me to go now?
Yes, just so we can get a bit of a guesstimate of which way to go, get our bearings as such.
Well, I thought we were following the road.
Well, yes, but if you can see anything, if it's differed from just the road, it would be marvelous.
How is it? If you can see the soldiers that we're chasing or the Everburn itself, it'll give us an idea of how far in front they are and how hard we have to push the horses to catch up.
Yes, Mazdak, I would love to do that for you.
Thank you.
I'll give you a big grin. And then whoosh, up in the air.
I'm going to
All right,
have,
make a perception check while you're up there.
I'm going to have to kill him, aren't I?
Slash is just smiling to herself, going, now he knows how it feels.
11.
11. It's a bit foggy today.
Okay.
Could be smoke. Don't know.
I'll come
Can't
back
see.
now. Can see forever, can't see anything.
Right. Excellent. So we have a far way to go. Okay. Lovely. Thank you, Bug.
No problem. Would you like some pigeon?
I've had some. Thank you.
All right.
As you're all doing that, and everyone paying attention to what Bug's doing, you don't realise, but Sasha's not there. Sasha, you fell into the floor.
What?
There is just a little ring of mushrooms where Sasha was. And Sasha, you
Okay.
fall for a moment. And you suddenly you hit the soft furnishings. Very nice, comfy chair you've landed in. There's a fireplace and a little table, and then there's another chair, and in the chair sits Amanita.
I don't mess with them.
Hello, Sasha. Long time.
What do you want? Your pet now out of your control?
I can still feel him. He burns.
Oh, really?
Burns in the infinite fire. It seems he is gone. And I see that you are chasing after the culprit.
Which he declared himself to be.
You are going to kill the Everburn, aren't you?
I'm going to try.
Perhaps I could offer some help.
I don't need any of your deals, Witch.
Maybe there was a deal to be had, but I knew you wouldn't take it. We are in a small way bonded, you and I. There was a deal once made.
Yes, which you decided you did not want me to honour because you had put Amarius in your pocket instead.
And it worked out for everybody, didn't it?
I'm not so sure now that the Everburn is on the loose.
Well, Marius is still bonded with you.
With me? Out of everybody, I would have thought that would have been the least likely.
Oh, it had to be you. It had to be.
It had to be you.
You were the one the deal was made with. It always concerned you and Demarius and I. And even though deals changed, you were still included.
Lucky me.
Yes, didn't you ever wonder what happened to that ring? Rings don't have to be rings, you know.
I assumed it got burned up when it was thrown in the lava.
But Amarius still needed something to be his vessel. And as you and him were so often together, it seemed like a good fit.
Are you trying to say that you put him in something of mine?
Wherever you went, he went. I could keep him safe that way.
You bound him to me.
Yes. It was all harmless, you didn't notice. Kept him safe. Until it didn't. Until he chose to turn his back again.
You're surprised by that?
No, not at all. It is his way. It's why I like him. But now his torment must end, though I don't think he can be saved.
You're trying to tell me that the Everburn is stronger than you?
He is now. He wasn't. And then somebody put that ring into the fires of the world. And his power exploded.
So obviously you want something. What is it?
Just offering my assistance, Sasha. Nothing nefarious.
And what do you want for this assistance?
There could be a little assistance that I give freely because I want revenge, but there could be more assistance. Should you choose it?
What makes you think I would ever choose it?
Because you know that maybe you, maybe your friends, new or old, may not survive the fight with the Everburn, and any extra edge you can grasp may just make the difference.
And it's... You think selling my soul to you will make it worth it?
That is your decision.
Do it, do it, do it.
When we first met, I didn't take anything. I asked for tribute, and I gave rewards.
And you tried to get Marius and I to kill each other.
Fun and games. But there is nothing that I can do to force you into anything. It must be chosen.
Well, as of right now, I am going to have to decline your generous offer. But any help freely given, I would be a fool not to accept.
I admire your stoicism, Sasha. My assistance will be given. The Everburn still holds Imarius within himself. And Imarius still gets his power from me. So I could do a little work from the inside. And you just have to kill the beast. Good luck. And you lift out of the chair and just rise back out of the ground where you originally disappeared from.
Sasha? What? Where did you go?
Does she not usually do that?
What happened? Was it Marius?
Not exactly. It was Amanita.
Oh. Oh, she was quite nice.
She wanted to make a deal for her help.
Oh. And I'm assuming you accepted.
Of course not.
Why not? She was
Because
totally...
I don't want to owe her anything.
But, I mean, she just asked for a book last time, so that was, it's not particularly difficult.
For you, she wanted Amarius and I to kill each other.
Well, you didn't do it though, did you?
Because she changed her mind.
But we're about to.
Yeah, accept it now, and then it'll be fine, because we'll help you kill him.
Exactly.
That deal has changed.
What did she want this time then?
She's willing to help in a small way for free.
Right. And what did
She
she
still
want
has
for the
influence.
extra help? You did at least ask what she wanted. But it could have been something trivial.
Like a bit of picking.
It never is with entities like her.
But you just said it was for me, but I gave her a book. Admittedly, a book is not a trivial thing, but...
Enough. I refused for now. If I get desperate enough, I may reconsider, but as it is, I'm going to carry on as we are. She's going to try and work Amarius from the inside because she still holds influence over him.
Right. Well, that at least is...
She wants us to slay the beast.
Which we were going to do anyway.
Exactly.
Hold on. I thought Imarius and the Everburn were the same thing now.
I think they are, yes.
Oh, okay.
I think it is more complicated than that, but
Well, possibly. Because
We'll
I
only
think
find
what's
out
happened
when
is that the Everburn shard that is present in the world at the moment has probably inhabited Imarius's form, which I think in turn has probably then subsumed his form, and Imarius is now inhabiting the Everburn that's inhabiting Imarius. So yes, it's like one of those Russian dolls, you know. You go down and it's Everburn Imarius, Everburn Imarius, Everburn Imarius, and there's lots of.
And just for context here, this Amanisi person,
She's
who
a
are
witch.
they and why is it? Oh, that would maybe explain.
She
why it might
lives
be
in the
bad.
swamps, and she used to have a, well, she probably still does, an army of trained bears, tiny bears, like Meglanir, who I don't know if you've met Bernier's tiny bear, but Meglanir used to work for Amanita, and now is best friends with Bernier, so that's good. But she rules a portion of the swamps, and
She's one of the smelly ones, then, is she?
yes,
Right. Although
So-
those bear things are quite cool.
fungus and mushrooms and
Yeah, smelly. And they're
we all
not
had to give something to pass.
yes, we
Her
had to
land.
just make a deal with her to pass, and
I was stern enough with her that I walked away with one of her bears.
I thought she was rather nice. She was nothing but pleasant to me, which just shows it's probably just intelligence that does it.
There's
Because
always room
apparently
for
Sasha was very rude.
manipulation.
And yet she didn't try to make a deal with you, Mazdak.
No, well, I'm very clever, you see. I'm probably outsmart her. I've outsmarted you many times.
This conversation will get us nowhere. We should get back on the road.
That just made me think Chazzy's just going to outsmart Martin. It's about right.
So that's why you chose Sasha. Right, gotcha. Because Mazdak would have gone, okay. So, yes, we jump
It's
on
always Sasha.
to the...
Yeah, I'm sure Mazdak wouldn't even have heard the terms and conditions. He
Oh,
just
Mazdak would definitely
For
have,
sure.
definitely have at least asked what she wanted. Because he did that last time. He asked her what she wanted. She wanted a book, so he gave her a book. So, but anyway, it wasn't Mazdak's choice or decision to make. So, we jump on our horses and try and catch up to the soldiers.
Or our sticks.
a stick.
Okay.
A bug will jump on his stick in it and hop down the road like this, getting speed up and then take off.
I will, before you get too far, I will message you in your head and say, Bug, do keep us informed if you see any soldiers up ahead on the road or the Everburn itself, won't you?
It will do. I'll send out a flare.
Oh, joy.
Like this. And I'll...
Yeah.
Half surprised Bug didn't fall out of the air in shock for this message suddenly appearing in his head.
I can see that.
What bloody hell was that?
Not only I've got that spell, but I hear voices in my head all the time.
Well, there's that true.
Yeah, so a quick canter then. Onwards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Right, back on the horses, back on the move. Back on the path, as my note says. Bug, you'll be first to see. Actually, give me a perception check, because you probably get distracted by wildlife
Oh,
and...
yeah. I will definitely get distracted. by
Clouds.
something. Oh, yeah, that's even worse. 10.
Okay.
You call yourself a druid?
No, I don't.
Calls himself Bug.
Uh-huh.
I rolled.
That layer of fog that you went through earlier has sort of disappeared, but that means you can see the clouds, and there's some funny looking clouds.
Nice.
But the
That one looks like Mazdak's book burning.
Don't give the fire demon any ideas.
so as the rest of you continue to trot along, you all see as you sort of turn a corner. This path is sort of, it is very windy and there are ups and downs and you can crest over little bits. Just the general inclination is up. And as you crest over a hill, you can see there's a group of people just sort of sat on the floor. Quite a large group, 40, 50 people. Various different military uniforms. Sasha, you'd recognise all of them.
Yep, I'll look for the one in charge.
Are you playing drums, Morin?
Whenever you speak,
So I
something-
think you were rocking something and it was.
I'm leaning on my desk. Yeah. Although my microphone's not attached to my desk anymore because I'm. Sorry, Debbie, you were going to say something.
Sorry, yeah, and I was just going to ask, the soldiers here, are they resting, or like, do they look like they've seen combat already?
They have seen combat. Yeah,
Okay, I'll be off my horse and then doing the
It is.
rounds.
combat rest. So, yes, there are a good number of soldiers here. There are also some dead here too, but most of the people here are just burnt, but alive.
I'll message Walter Mazdak, say, I see dead people.
I will respond. Yes, Bug, please don't throw any fire about whilst we're talking to these people. They may be slightly have itchy trigger fingers if you push fire around. They may decide that we are enemies and try to kill you.
I'm going to stay up here then.
Good.
One of them.
Rogue is in charge, hoping it's Alaric.
Yeah, so somebody jumps up. It's not Alaric, but you do recognise the face. It's one of the noble sons of one of the other houses, the Randolphs, and he comes over and he sort of, oh, Sasha, what are you doing here? I'm
Same thing
glad.
you are.
Do you have any medical assistance that can be provided for my men?
I believe so. Morgrax, would you be able to assist?
I think Morgrax is already off.
Oh, I'm already.
Okay,
You can point to the green dragonborn making her way through the fruits.
okay. And I think Prowl can help a little as well.
Yeah, I would imagine Kral is doing similar.
Bug,
What?
do you know how to heal or help?
Heal what?
burns?
Heal
Or
what?
you don't know how to
Sasha,
inflict them?
Sasha, just leave Bug up there. He's fine. And I will message again. Bug, please stay up in the sky as a lookout. That would be perfect. Thank you so much for your help.
Roger.
I think Bug's specialty is cauterizing wounds.
Yeah. The last thing we need is Bug wandering about throwing fire at people.
People suffering from serious burn injuries.
Alaric,
Miriam's gone.
I
Let's go some
don't,
good.
I don't want to worry you, Debbie, but I think you're about to get attacked.
It's a backseat road behind
Long
you.
live the king.
Oh, they've done that already.
Oh, so cute.
Looks like it's trying to decide whether to be nice or whether to claw your face off.
His kitten
Yes.
can get away with doing both.
Alara, is he?
Got very distracted there.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes, he continued. We were the first to be hit, and so we've taken rest here. Everybody else carried on. I don't know what's happening up there.
We'll see to the worst of your wounded, but then we must carry on.
How
Of
far?
course.
Try and catch up the rest.
How far ahead are they?
It's been 2 hours, I think, since we took rest here.
Right. Okay.
Good luck. And thank you for your help looking over at Margaret. So, carry on, leaving those folk a little better off than when you found them. And continue moving up. Yeah.
Just to fill in.
No, please.
Sin-
Yeah, go ahead.
So we were told that the Everburn had gone to Anenia and is now making this path. Were we told where it is potentially going, or that it was just going up this
The
mountainous
Dwarven.
path? The Dwarven. Ah, yes, where
Capital.
it. Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's what we've assumed.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, it seems to be heading to the dwarves. But yeah, you carry on, and occasionally you see a little pocket of some injured or fallen soldiers. You offer what assistance you can, I'd assume, and carrying on. There is just little battalions of injured troops that have engaged in combat, have done what they can, and then forced to retreat.
I will message Bug again. Bug, can you see anything up ahead? Is there signs of a battle at all, or the Everburn itself?
I'll have a look. Right, see if I can finally get one decent roll. Nope, that's an 11. This is very bug-like, isn't it? 11, 10, and 11.
Yes. Yes. Those footprints that you can see down below, they've got a nice little scorch to them, nice and fiery. They smell nice. You want to be closer to those. They smell good.
I'm going to come down. I know there's nothing up there yet. And I'll come down and I'll just sort of hover over the catching bits of fire with my hands.
Bug!
What?
Focus!
I am focused.
No, not on that. On going forward and finding the Everburn.
Oh,
The
right.
really
Okay.
big fire.
I'll shoot off and just leave them behind there.
Just a question here. Is anybody good at seeing things?
Well, we all have... Are you okay?
Yes, even better than most. Like, some people can't perceive a lot of things, can they?
Right. Okay.
Above the board. Who's good at fucking perception?
Me! I've got
He really is. He really is good at them.
Wow.
I'm just shit at rolling. I rolled a 3, a 2, and a 3. Well, I've gone anyway. I'm now sort of like 60
Yeah.
feet in the air, about 400 or 500 feet ahead of you.
Plus
Put it this-
one.
Put it this way, I was about to say, is anybody better than my +1?
I've got a +2, but that's...
Oh.
You know.
I'm decent at perception.
It's my
Okay.
wrong character for that for me. I got +13 on Celeste.
So,
I'm somehow really good.
Awesome.
I don't somehow. Brilliant.
Cleric.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cleric wisdom.
So if I know that, then I'll just sidle up
Yeah.
to Morgrax's horse.
It's safe to say that you know Morgrax is
Yeah,
good
yeah.
at that.
Yeah. And I'll just give Morgrax sort of that typical look and be like, "Hand me the reins. Would you mind having a look, as Bug can't see much?"
Am I going to be able to see that much from this far back since, I don't have a flying shillelagh?
You would probably know that I have the fly spell, which I can use on you.
Fair point, yeah. Right,
Um,
I'll hop off the horse and prepare
And I'll-
myself to be
Cast
cast
it
on.
on the horse.
Cast on the horse. So yeah, I will just touch Morgrax on the shoulder, and yeah, we'll just cast fly on Morgrax. So I am concentrating. That's up to 10 minutes, and your fly speed would be 60 feet.
Okay. So are you going up and
Investigation.
Please roll terribly.
I'll lead Morgrax's horse for her.
27.
Woof.
Clerics.
Hey, I know druids who can roll just fine.
I'm not a druid.
Keep telling yourself that.
He's
no,
an
he's going to
arsonist.
keep telling you that.
I'm a fire witch.
You're an arsonist.
You're an arse.
That's pretty much it. So as you fly up and get to a decent height and start looking around, this is fantastic being up here. Just over to your right is the country of Rhine, and it is hilly, and there are more dwarves and gnomes that live there, but on much lower elevations, and you can kind of see some of the infrastructure around there. Over to your left is just glorious. That's the direction you want to go, because that is the homeland of Amriel, the true believers. You'd long since wanted to go and visit the Grand Old Temple in Frenchria. But as you look straight ahead, and you can see this little pinpoint up in the sky as there's a little bit of fire flick around it as Bug has just disappeared over there. And a little down from that, you can see just hundreds of people still moving in a orderly fashion. And a little way ahead of that is this giant, hulking, humanoid fire.
And you can probably see Bug about 3 or 4 feet, 100 feet ahead of you, flying straight towards it.
But you've still not spotted it, so...
No, I'm just sort of looking around. Hey.
You'll fly into it and I'm like, is it me or is it getting a touch warm in here?
I'll motion to Batan to bring me back down.
So...
It's very close.
Morgrax returns to her horse.
Yeah, hand over the reins again. Did you see anything?
It's very close. We should catch up on it shortly.
Brilliant. And size? How big?
About as much as you estimated. We'll be facing a giant.
Yes.
It's not the first time I have fought a giant in these lands.
No, but a giant made completely out of fire, and myself more of the fire persuasion. Not entirely sure how much help.
Oh, you've always liked the challenge.
Definitely, but the challenge hasn't quite been this celestial, or whatever it is, big fire giant.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
I'm going to see if I can catch up to Alaric.
So yeah, you carry on. Maybe pick up the pace a bit, knowing it's sort of reasonably close now. You pass a few people scattered on the side of the path, and eventually you make it within shouting distance of the back of the very small army of Asimar.
Do I know if he's like a captain or?
Well, I think the message came through that he was leading the troops up here, was in charge. Whether he's got an actual military rank, I haven't considered. But if you want to get up closer and ask him, or shout his name or something.
Probably commander would be the right terminology.
Commander. There you go.
Commander Whitehill.
A few people turn and mutter, and yeah, before long, trotting on atop a horse.
He's trotting on the horse. Is the horse trotting as well? I'm very confused.
So the horse is trotting and he's balancing on the back of it,
Trotting.
also trotting.
Nice. We're all being assholes today. Good.
It's catchy.
None of this we.
I mean, to be fair, I think we've all been an arsehole today. Including you. Apart from possibly Martin.
Hmm.
Little bit.
He's DMing. He's always being an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the job description.
I just get to sort of be an arsehole with a straight face.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Alaric turns his horse and begins to trot back, looking a bit quizzically. It's been a few years. What is it? About 3 years since you'd have seen him.
Checking background.
Which I believe would have been at the wedding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 3 years ago.
See, I remember my players' backstories.
Nice. Do you use them to confuse, upset, and generally mindfuck with them?
It is just the best way.
Yeah.
Torment you with something you've written.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, Sasha.
Indeed.
Very puzzled, but he sort of trots back. He calls a command to the troops just to halt for a moment. What on earth are you doing here?
Me and my companions are here to help.
Right.
The armies of Anenia are not equipped to deal with a being such as this without some extra assistance.
We have barely put a dent in this thing. I hope you have something that we do not.
Oh, some of them have magic.
Oh, yes. Good. We've been just trying to slow it down. The dwarves came to our aid, so we've attempted to come to theirs, but we just...
Are not
There was a first big hit. We just went in and started fighting, and it just exploded, and a lot of people got hurt. Since then, we've taken to attacking in smaller groups as to not be hit by such wide-ranging single attacks. But I don't really know
Yeah.
what we've accomplished here.
I'm sure that the dwarves will be grateful just for trying. But me and my party will take the lead from here, if that's okay.
I will continue to follow, and you can see he's not only exhausted, but there is like scarring from burns already on him, and he's not looking in a good way.
I will put my hand on his shoulder and do my... Because I have got a tiny weeny bit of healing, I've got my healing hands, so he'll get 9 hit points back. It's not a lot.
Nice.
Need to return for my sister.
I will need to continue forward. I will let you take the lead. You certainly appear to have something we do not. Looking around at the wizard
Possibly
robe.
the only thing more fiery than that is myself.
I can believe
Atan
that.
looks puzzled.
Yeah, Mazdak is like the drama.
Well, it is good to see you, I suppose, sister-in-law. It's been a while. You should come and visit more.
Maybe once things have settled down a bit. There's a lot going on right now.
Marion misses you.
I miss her. But I was never cut out for the life that she has.
No? That's evident.
I'm far
But-
too stubborn for that.
And so is she in her own way. But please, if there is anything you can do to bring that thing down, then please be my guest. Just don't get yourself killed.
Well, I always said I would go out in a blaze of glory.
I'll just look across at Atan as well. There you go. Last time we were here, this sort of thing happened again.
I will see
Look
you
after your
soon.
men.
Red. And he calls some orders for them to part and allow you guys through. And as you go through, there's only maybe 200 of them. You'd met probably hundreds more along the way up. Probably a total of 1,000 people were sent after this with standard steel. They've not done anything. But now you guys are here.
Yes, we are. So as we get to the past the sort of front line of the troops, how far away is the Everburn?
So you've got just not too far, but the Everburn is about to head in. The mountain sort of rises up to a peak, and we're about to head into a tunnel, and he's sort of going into the mountain at this point.
Okay.
Is it a secret tunnel?
They're
Well,
all
now-
secret. No, this is the main thoroughfare between Anenia
Okay.
and
Secret tunnel!
How far in front is the Everburn?
what are we trying? What arbitrary number can I give you?
14 Mazdaks and a bug.
I spent. Do you
Why are we
remember when I
measuring
spent?
distance in health now, Viddy?
Do you remember that one session I spent just making up units because you kept asking questions about
Yes.
giant stuff, and I just kept making up words for
Yeah.
you. How hot is it here? About 14 blurgs. Yeah, it's maybe
Damn, that's hot.
it's maybe half a mile.
Half a mile. Okay, so we need to get a move on then. Okay.
I'm going to say to all of you as we are pushing into this, based on past experience, we should be spread out to avoid catching large sweeps of flame. But do not, we need to be tactical. Do not be too far. You need to remain close enough to Morgrax for her to be able to heal you. If you are thinking you're in complete danger, you can seek a protection behind me. My auras hedge out the fire. But we need to be brave, but not foolish. No one dies today. No one else dies today.
If I can help it.
Not speech there, but yeah, have a take an inspiration point if you don't have it already.
Dia,
Definitely not.
Lives, but they'll never take our freedom.
Definitely not considering that feat for the.
Less Scottish, more Icelandic. Sorry, Jade, what you said.
Definitely not considering the feat for that. The inspiring leader feat. Like that would be right up Bernie's alley, I think.
I've looked at that
Secret
before. It just didn't really seem to do enough to warrant taking.
Yeah, the only problem is it conflicts with Kral's temporary hit points as well.
Yeah.
That might be why I didn't take it.
Dia,
Yes.
sorry, are you about to say something?
No. I was moving along, but
It's-
if you've got something for now.
Yeah, it's a yeah. So I always do. It's a bit of a fiddy question. So whilst we were at the summoning bit, being surrounded by fire, and I was just having a look at it. You obviously said that it is fire, but obviously also magical as well. Never encountered anything like it. Can I try and put 4 and 5 together to make 10, and kind of surmise? So the Everburn is this thing who is magical, we know, because at the summoning they help with spells and everything like that. But is it magical fire, or is it that it's just embodied fire? If that makes sense. So is it just natural fire that it is, or is it very magical, very different fire to what I'm used to?
So
It's the DM
Just-
look after Fiddy's asking a question.
100%.
I recognise it.
Flashbacks.
Yeah, pretty questions give people PTSD, I think.
Basically, is it an unnatural fire thing that we're going against, or is it just a magical creature that has embodied fire, essentially?
Right. This is sentient fire,
Sentient fire.
effectively. It's not a creature that's on fire or anything like that. Yes, it is just fire.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I was just trying to think if it was just normal
Half-life
fire
fire.
as such, that I might be able to know any weaknesses or anything, but obviously I'm not going to if it's sentient.
How far ahead did you say it was, Martin?
About half a mile.
Half a mile. Okay. I'm going to come back down to Mouse Taxi. I found it. It's just over there, about half a mile away.
Excellent. Well done, Bug.
I've got an idea, and I'm going to shoot up in the air and race off towards it.
Before you get
Okay.
outraged, you'll just hear in your brain, "What's the idea?"
I'll ignore that.
Okay.
I like a surprise.
So
What
I'll
I'd like
just
to do
turn
is
to
fly-
Bernard and say,
Go on.
Bug has an idea, apparently, but he hasn't told
Probably
me
speed
it.
up.
Yes.
What I'd like to do is fly quite high, maybe 100 feet up or something, well well out of range of it, and hover over the top of it, and then sit side saddle on my stick and pee on it, see if it puts out a fire.
Okay. It's gone into the tunnel by the time you get there.
Oh, bugger.
Good
Oh,
plan.
well, I won't, and I'll fly back again.
Just to save from you literally pissing on my parade.
Well, water, fire. I thought it might put it out.
What is it with your characters pissing on things, James?
I don't know what you
I'm
mean.
starting to think you have a weird fetish.
Hey,
Not
that's
that I'm
adult
shaming.
holiday
Not
talk.
that I'm shaming.
I've
Just
no idea what you're talking about.
try anything. So, Sasha, would you have made this journey before? Yes or no, entirely up to you.
I mean, probably, because I've sort of explored all over, and since it's close to home, I imagine it might have been one of the first places that I went to.
Okay. So, you would know in that
I had
case
a
then.
beer with a few dwarves.
Actually, just make it as a history check. And that will help to...
I actually am all right at that. And I'm rolling better than James, so 17.
Nice. You were sober on your way into Pytosco last time, so this is basically the border. This is going into the mountain, is going into Dwarven territory. There is a big, very big, open, wide tunnel. It is sort of ceremoniously large. And there are sort of structures built out of the rock and things going all the way around. A short way down there, there is a big chamber, which is like a reception of sorts. But there are usually plenty of dwarves kicking around, saying welcome to people, checking passports, border control. So yes, just for the layout, and then everything from there on is underground. It is the dwarven subterranean network that begins here. If you were to fly over Pytosco, you wouldn't see a thing. It's all natural because it's all underground.
So how big's the tunnel this thing's gone into?
Well, the tunnel is massive. It's just about big enough to fit the Everburn in.
Right.
This particular tunnel, he might
I didn't
a bit later on.
Didn't know if it shrunk down. If it's liquid magical fire, it might be able to.
He's
shrink and
still
grow.
the biglified burner.
Bigified. Right.
I take it there's a way that the dwarves would have been warned about this, or would have their own system set up for intruders.
I don't know. Possibly.
I wouldn't know that.
I think the fact that a message had got to Cantisha, you'd probably surmise that they'd have got a message at the very least to the dwarves. Yeah.
With the entire network of magic users around, I would be surprised if it wasn't the case. We're going to be entering into the tunnel, which will take us to the entrance to the Dwarven territory. This is the border. And once we enter that tunnel, we will be under the earth.
Okay.
Okay. I have something I can do, which I don't know if it will distract it enough, but potentially make this Everburn more curious. This potentially to slow them down, maybe come back out and have a look.
You want to try it, but I don't think anything's going to stop it short of engaging it in combat.
You're going to need to fight it.
Yes.
I assume we're having these conversations whilst
Oh,
moving
as
towards the
Yeah,
tunnel.
yeah.
Yes. Okay. Let me just get ahead of you just a little bit, and anything's worth a try, I suppose, at this point, right? And I'm going to just try and push my horse just a little bit, not much, but just so I can get like 60 feet in front of these guys,
Mm-hmm.
and keep at that pace for a bit. And then what I'm going to do is just slow the horse down and stop it. I'm going to get off and move 10 feet away from the horse, closer.
Okay.
Sorry, this has to be calculated. So, and then basically, as you looking ahead at Atan doing whatever he's doing, he gets off, and you just see him waving his hands about, and all of a sudden they come into a big clap, and I'm going to cast Thunderclap to hopefully, if it will, maybe make this Everburn thing curious that something is behind it, and especially something what can create that much sound.
Okay. Atan going Hulk mode. Okay.
I had to make sure I was at least 5 foot away from the horse, otherwise the horse may have died.
He just gets catapulted off the side of the mountain.
Yeah. Basically, anything, a burst of loud thunder sound can be heard from 100 feet away.
You don't have to like
Yeah.
describe everything. I'm
No.
I'm not trying to catch you up on but you didn't say.
You didn't say. No, that's cool. Yeah, and I'll get back on the horse and just start slowly trotting to then canter to then keep up with these guys as we're going ahead. Look at me
Okay.
coming out with my equestrian knowledge.
Oh, sexy.
As he rides along on his Palomino.
Vinny, secret horse girl.
So just before you disappear, what's his name comes riding back up. What's his name? Alaric. I remember playing it. Very tired. Sasha, I just wanted to. I think it's after something. I think it's going for something. Because I couldn't quite work out why it wouldn't just turn around and squash us all. It just sort of, every time we tried to do something, it just sort of shrugged us off and carried on moving. So I think it's trying to get to something quickly.
Thank you.
Just so you know. Again, good luck, don't die.
It's not my plan.
And he wheels off. Hooves off? Do you wheel away?
Rides off?
You
Rides
do
off.
wheel away, yes.
Really?
Do you really? Okay. So,
Wheel.
as you guys approach the entrance to the tunnel, you can see the scorch marks of the Everburn as he's just sort of run his hand along the wall, and the rock has begun to just melt slightly as it has moved into these caverns.
Can I go up to one of these scorch marks and take a bit of ash, hot ash, preferably, and just eat it?
Oh, I thought you were going to snort it, cocaine style.
Yeah.
Just
I
just do a line of ash.
yeah.
Have you asked consent before you do a line of ash?
Well,
I'm just getting to know my enemy.
okay.
I'm going to shout out something.
Something?
Hey, Everburn. Marius is bound to me. See if that gets his attention.
And I've right to say we'll find that out next week. Because this is where I've got to. We got through that all very quickly.
Right.
Yeah, so
Yeah, no worries.
I've,
No, it happens.
There
It
you
happens.
go.
don't know how much I can make up from here. Oh,
Happened to me
yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, so we all get an early night tonight, which
Fair enough.
in some ways is good because I need it.
That's fair. That's fair. Cool.
It's the one session where you think they're gonna like play the fuck out of this, and they're gonna go off on so many tangents, and all of a sudden, nope, straight down the line.
Single-minded.
If there was a door, or if there was a bridge,
Yeah,
we'd be screwed.
yeah, you'd have
Yeah.
it for hours.
I thought about throwing in like there was a rope bridge that's now burned off, and you've got to make your way over that. But we've done that.
Yeah,
Let's
most of us
just
can fly in some form.
Let's
Yeah.
just get to fighting the big fiery abomination.
what I thought you might do is actually stop in Shlu for a bit to talk to your sister Sasha, but you were just ploughing straight through that.
Well, kind of big thing going on. No
Yeah.
time to stop.
Yeah.
Asher, thoughtful.
I'm
Thoughts?
thinking of lives that could be saved.
Thoughts, Sasha?
Hey, I have an intelligence of 11. Thank you very much.
Perfectly
Okay.
reasonable.
Hey,
Lemon
I'm
comment.
clever. I've got an intelligence of 12. Ah,
Also, Sasha, you chose not to take a level in Warlock today, then.
I'm already multi-classed. I don't want to add a third to that.
Speaking of, can we level up?
I was prepared. No.
I was thinking of that. I was like,
If Sasha had taken the deal, would we have leveled up? If so, can we bully her
No.
into?
No, because that would be like her level up for taking the deal. If she has to take a level in Warlock for taking the deal, then the rest of you don't get the
I
benefit.
get phenomenal cosmic power.
Itsy bitty living space.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I was prepared to offset your level from everyone else mid-session. I'm not actually sure what
I'm
level
sure
it takes.
Sasha would know what to do with magic.
Well, it was more like you'd just go Hexblade, wouldn't you? Because
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Yeah,
I
you
heard
check
it
this
before.
out.
One of those
Eldritch
things
Blast.
that's kind of a non-bow because you can't cast or concentrate when raging.
oh, I'd be perfectly fine with tweaking rules to
I'm
make it.
sure Amanita could come up with a rage lock.
You also don't have the natural charisma requirement to be a warlock, but I was happy to bypass that as well.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, we've
Are you
done
trying
Let's
to
do
say
it.
my
Let's
12
do
is
it.
not enough?
Well,
Correct.
and that's it. You'd need a 13, which means you need to go from 12 to 13, which means absolutely nothing to your modifier, so let's just let it happen.
There are requirements for paladins, but we got round that with Trelador.
Yeah. Let's
I
just
read
do
it
stuff
in
because it's fun and cool. But also, I mean, I'd written the note in about you taking a level in Warlock, but I was like 98% sure you wouldn't do it. I didn't expect it to happen.
Fair enough.
It would have been a bit out of character.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. And that's like why Amanita was just like, well, you chose not to. Okay, bye. Good luck. That's me going, yeah, I'm not gonna pull you into this one, so just move on.
It was cool though.
Yeah.
It was cool.
I did read a fantastic concept a while back for an unusual warlock, which was that a person unknowingly dates a deity, and the deity is keeps trying to save them by sending them powers, but none of their stats work for that kind of setup. But that doesn't stop the deity from still kind of going, you need to keep yourself safe. You need to not die in combat every single time.
Nice.
But it's quite cool. Quite like that idea. Okay, so as we are finishing early today, and not leveling up for some unknown weird reason, we will be back here on Tuesday for Helleran Rising, which is, I think it's just
Last one of the year.
Yeah, that will be the last Helleran of the year on Tuesday. So you never know, you might get a level up there if you live. Because at the moment you're battling an ancient white dragon, I believe, and consort. So I'm sure you'll be fine. And then we will be back here next Sunday for the battle with the fire giant elemental thing. So yeah, have a brilliant few days. We will see you on Tuesday. We love you. You're fantastic. If you liked it, yay. If you didn't, well, you know what? Off you fuck.